the scene onto him.
Oh, hey. I'm Th3Hatt3r, and this is Noitu Love 2, made by Contract, or Jokun Sandberg. He made a recent game called A Clone Class, and so why not bring back one of the games that he recently, before made, that several years ago, to this marathon. So this game is very fast, and it's very short. Luckily I have like all the stages on this file. Normally you have to like play through harder to get level select, but luckily I do have the file for it, so we don't have to worry about that. But anyway, the countdown will be when I press the levels 1 for this category, and I'll do a countdown of 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. This is level start 1. I mean level 1. And hopefully I don't get the dive kick glitch, which if you press, from what I've learned is that if you press the skip button, pressing 2 buttons at the same time as you do the scene that pushes you down to the ground, you seemingly not jump as high as you want. So luckily I didn't get that, but maybe later you might see it, because there's another place where it can activate. But there's some interesting movement here. So the fastest movement in the game is either you dash, which is the second fastest, or you wall jump from a certain point on the games. You'll be seeing that multiple times during the run. This is just like most of these stages are either small side scroller or beat 'em up parts. And it's a very interesting mechanic. I'm using a mouse and keyboard. So for the mouse, there's a cursor with an attack button. This is a bad pattern. Yeah, very bad pattern. Wastes about 3 seconds, and it's very fast, as you can see. Like, you can legitimately lose a lot of time just on very, very bad patterns or very bad RNG. So, unfortunately, that I won't be able to get like a world record in this pace, because my god, it's very fast. And I had to like go up there for various reasons. For one, I don't know, like there's no very notes on some of this tech, so I don't know how to like hover correctly without decelerating downwards. And this is the first mini boss, and the only thing I don't want him to do is oh no, it's the helicopter spitting there. That wastes some time. If I don't defeat him quickly enough, he will just like do that. And sometimes he do it multiple times. Luckily, he only does it once, so that's good. And despawn enemies there. And another note thing is that this game has a lot of puns, a lot of darn puns, because in the story, that you're part of a Peace Corps that's from the first game. And in the 20XX, supposedly. And somehow these weird machines called Darns becoming wreaking havoc in your city. And we're at the first boss of the game. So for the most part, you're pretty much trying to figure out why is this happening. Why is there certain places are like coming back from the past to the present. Oh, that was a good pattern. And yeah, as you can see, everything is very fast. So it's very hard to say like certain like strats up, alright, but I'm trying my best. And now we're on level star 2. So I said there's puns, right? Well, for example, these are darn bots, and the Reaper that you saw before is called Grin Reaper with an N, and these are Grin's darn scoundrels. But for the most part, it's a very interesting game. And a lot of the artwork and music is very fantastic. Like, this is a style of like, more like a not like medieval slash kind of like Castlevania setting. More like Transylvania. And for this boss here, I want him to not go down and do electric lightning. But he usually does is goes left and right and does attacks. That was a very good pattern. So I got there at time 70. That's a very good time. You can easily get there 68 if you get great RNG. But unfortunately, that's like, I only get those like 5 times out of like 10. No, out of 20. So 1 in 4. And for these, you have to hang on the mechanism to hang on top of it. And this is Cerberus. He has 3 different heads. One of them is shoots missiles. The other one will shoot out rocks. 3 of them. Hopefully you only get hit once. I get hit twice. And then the last one will shoot out a fire. I thought that was the last hit. As far as damage tech, is that you want to use the spinning attack as the last hit because it does the most damage and hits twice. But the only problem with that is that you have to make sure it's the last hit. Otherwise, you'll not be able to attack with your normal attacks. And now we're on To Joy. And this boss is very interesting. He does a different 4 different attacks for this first phase, and then second phase he does a different pattern. For this one is he throws out a bomb at you, and it pushes back you in a certain direction. If I go on the other side, it'll do the different direction. So you have to be careful about that. And then he does electric wires here. Very easy to dodge. The only ones I don't want to do with is this sword here. Like, my god. You have to like wait a little bit because you have to like make sure that it doesn't hit you. But also that it's hits in like a certain pattern. So if you stand at a certain spot, you won't get hit, but you can't dash through. Luckily, it's a very easy fight. Only 2 phases. And that's stage 2. Now we're on stage 3. And now we're in Edo, Japan. I don't know. It looks like it, but I'm not quite sure if all these samurais count as Edo, Japan. The interesting about these bots, you just have to hit them once. Like, normally you can't like grab and throw and attack them to destroy them. But if you attack them at least once and they teleport, you could actually do that. Alright, I forgot about like explaining more of the gameplay. For starters, you have a dash attack and you have a shield and a regular attack button. For the shield button, you can block these. Normally, like these enemies will drop like these attacks here. You could drop the shield to block those type of attacks. And then you have 2 different attacks here. Spinning attack. You have a regular auto attack. You have a charge attack. And you have a dash attack, which is also your dash that you'll be using most of the run while you're speedrunning it. So it's a balance between that you have to use all these techniques at once. And you could technically just play on the mouse if you only have a mouse available, which is very nice. So you pretty much could play with the mouse and the keyboard at the same time so that you maximize the movement in this game. And this is our mini boss here. Normally, you won't take 2 phases here. I say that. Got it. Alright. I'm gonna risk it here. I have enough health to like just maybe survive like a couple attacks. Just in case Rilo, which is the next boss that's coming up here, does something very fishy. So this is Vilo Duplicate Glory. She does, you only need to do a half amount of damage to her. Or I mean, half a bar of health. And you want her to not go up as much. So you want to try to change her AI to stay on the ground as much as possible. That was okay. She went up 3 times. You normally just want her to go up once. And now we face the mid-boss of the stage again. About this game, like layout, is like every stage has a mini-boss or mini-bosses. And there's always a final boss at each stage. And it always does that formula. Oh no. I thought I finished off with a spinning kick there. My mistake. And that's level 3. Now the next stage that's coming up is gonna completely change the formula of the game. So I'll briefly talk about it. So what it starts is that now it's becoming a shoot 'em up. And you have a tingle attack. So you connect enemies or any objects. So if you like to, you can read some donations during that time. It's pretty much a side scroll, so. Is there any donations?
I'll quickly fill it for whoever's hosting. We got a $10 from Rexon. He says, "Hey Hatter, glad to see your run has gotten you to Calathon this year. Everyone down in Los Angeles is very proud of you. Good luck, and may RNG bless your run."
Any more?
Well, I can let you all know about an upcoming bid war or an incentive rather, that's getting close to getting met. Getting all the medals in Star Fox 64 is sitting $49 away, $39 in fact, away from getting met, and then Kill Slippy in Star Fox 64 has a bit more ways to go, $95 to get to that incentive. So be sure to bring those donations in, people, and make those incentives happen.
With the Rexon donation, that was a friend from SoCal. And he's really been supportive of my screen runs. So I'm glad that he donated. That really helps out. Any donation helps out during the run. Like even $1 could like support getting one like medical kit for a family in need. So anything could work out. Like just make sure to donate maybe at least $1 to help out the marathon. It will be much appreciated in the long run. And you never know, you might be the one that's coming from the other end. Alright, for this boss here, I found a bug like a very long time ago, and I want to try to get it, but there's no guarantee. Like it's, like at this point, I'm just like relying on RNG, and I just don't know how to do it correctly. I've been like researching it, trying to do different techniques and whatever. It's just not work the way I want it to work. No, this is not gonna work. Yeah. So what you want to do is have that go forward a little bit. I'll do a safety save quick here so I get full health. But for the trick with the bug is that you want the magnet ball, what I call it, is you want to move it forward so that you can have it at the bottom and turn it upward to hit enemies. But unfortunately, I don't know how to do that correctly. There's like, I actually did it as a practice run earlier yesterday, And I was so mad because I hadn't done that for like several months. So I know it's possible, but it just does not happen when I actually am streaming the game. So what it does is like make this boss here 3 cycles instead of 4. And the next boss, this, spoiler, this is not the final boss. This is not his true form. So, I don't know why it does that sometimes. So this is the actual final boss of the stage. He'll do 2 different type attacks there where you can counterattack. So he'll go a real up attack or a overhead jump attack. And you want that to happen like immediately. Otherwise he'll show out this combo. So he sometimes debates you. And I'm hoping that this phase here will I'll try to trick the game to like send me out more dimwits. Come on. Darn. Alright. This will be an extra cycle. Yeah, so if you mess up the trick, small trick where you just like duplicate another one coming out, you have to wait an extra cycle, which had fixed amount of time to wait for it to like do whatever RNG it does. But it's a very simple boss, so not too much to worry about. Oh, and then this stage here is like very like interesting. It's pretty much a speakeasy theme, so most likely around the 1940s, where it's inspiration from. Oh, darn. And this is one of my favorite enemies, is darn flies. Like, he's so darn fine. Like, look at him. Like, there's several of them. They're in a posse. And he throws out a watch. Let's see. For this elevator, it's just segmented into like different like small like fights you have to do very quickly. Luckily for these enemies, you just have to do your shield, throw them out directly, and just hit the last darn right there. And this is Edward. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a pun because he's an egghead, from what I can tell. Let's see. You can read any donation or read any other incentives during this time. There won't be much to talk about until the hidden boss of the stage.
Alright, let's take a look here. Well, I can let you guys know about some of the prizes we've got available, especially this one that is sitting actually directly in front of me, which is Drake and Josh for the Game Boy Advance, with only $5 minimum donation to be entered in the running for that prize drawing. There are also the Cuphead Funko Pop 6-figure set, Shovel Knight combo bundle, the SNES Classic Playing with the Playing with Superpower SNES book that comes with that, and the Shovel Knight plushie combo prize bundle, and of course our grand prize, the Nintendo Switch with Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey. You can see the values, the minimum amounts of donations you need to put to be entered in the running for those at the links below the stream.
And this is Shady Hands. Like, normally you have to like dodge his attack, but luckily if you hang up at the top right corner here, you can dodge most of them. And if you do this correctly, you only need to do 3 phases. So the first 2 phases, he'll hang on a rope and attack you left and right. And the other phase will be that he'll drop down and attack you with the world movie film. And we do this because in the regular like bosses of the stage. There's 4 of them, and they all have like different AI. Oh, I forgot. And so comparatively, if you do Shady Hands, you save about basically 2 minutes because you're saving from 2 boss NPCs. Plus, going against the fact that it spins around and circle pattern, that wastes extra more time. And now we're on stage 6, and I'm getting the dive kick glitch. Luckily, you could just let's see. What would be the right word? You could like basically mash, button mash through it to like deactivate it. But what happens is that if you like skip at frame perfect or just almost immediately, like I think the window for it is that high when it does a cutscene where it drags your character to the ground. For what I think what happens during those 2 cutscene parts. So if your character dragged down to the ground as the script, it will drag you to the ground, and then you have to try to do some action to deactivate it. Otherwise, it will continuously make sure jump, do half a jump, which is not very good, especially if at the beginning you had to jump over a pillar. Now we're in a very weird state in the game. In the story, like you're kind of confused as to why there's a futuristic segment in the whole world, because in the other 3 stages, it just introduced like, oh, you're going back to time, you're going to medieval, to Edo Tech. Oh, shit, I'm doing this kind of wrong. Edo Japan, and going to a speakeasy, USA. But you're in the future. So now you're at the point of the game where you're just not quite sure. Oh my god. I have to be more patient with that. There we go. We'll do the stroke strats. Let's see. Alright, sorry I had to focus there. Which, in and itself, is like a very good story plot. It makes it so that you don't stick to like, oh, you have to do like, stick into like a pattern where you have to use just like different historical past places. As you can see here, there's a little hint that you're in 2888 instead of 20XX. This boss is a very simple one. It'll go to like several phases where it'll send out attacks based on the TV channel it's on. So we want to see his game shows because it's the quickest one, and newscast is kind of the longest one. So you rather not have that one. So you pretty much dodge the attacks it sends out, and this boss will randomly go left and right. So you want to try to guess which side it will be on. I usually guess it will be on the right, but I'm usually wrong. So luckily the second phase isn't that hard, so you can just do it in one phase. And this is the important part in the all stages category. Okay, we got it. So in that screen there, you can actually skip the final stage by double pressing the continue button. So pretty much a duplicate of the continue button. In doing so, you can skip the final stage entirely, but for this run, we want to see the final stage so that it'll be, you know, more exciting. And it'll like the game does a very good job on like bringing back like old assets. Like that band there was from it's the very first boss in Noitu Level 1. So all those retro gamers, you'll notice that very quickly. Alright, I did not get hit there, so that's good.
Do we have a moment for a quick donation?
Oh yes.
Okay, we got a $10 donation from Cocoa Butter that says Gold Beard Cadus. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I don't know if that's an in-game reference.
I don't know.
Well, it says they shall bless your run, so the run is blessed either way.
Oh wait, I think I remember. That's from Monster Hunter. I usually play Monster Hunter with my friends, and that's from Monster Hunter 3U.
I'll also just mention that puts us at 3,200. So, yay.
Nice. Alright. So now we're at the final boss. It has 3 phases. So at this point we're revealed that Tingle is the actual true boss of this game. True villain. And it'll do several attacks. You want to try to make it as much damage as possible, which I'm not doing. And you want to, hopefully the game be kind to you and not give you any green pattern attacks. Unfortunately, it does seem like it will do that. Oh, there it is again. And it's very annoying because it does a pendulum attack where it goes in a circle. But the other 3 attacks is normally you could mitigate it. Like the gray attack will home on to you, doing a cross attack. And then the red attack right there, you just have to block it with the shield overhead, which is very nice and easy. And now we're at the final phase. You thought this was the true phase, but no. This is her ultimate form. And right now she's pretty much saying, but wait, there's more. ShamWow. For this phase, I have enough HP to do kind of risky strats where I try to attack her. If I had like 3 health, and I wouldn't be doing this. Because there's a very high risk of it, the projectiles will try to hit you. Lucky you could dash behind her. And timing will be coming up pretty soon. When the screen flashes white, it will be time. What was the time?
The final time was 27 minutes and 20 seconds.
Pretty good. Not my best time. My best time is 25 minutes and I think 28 seconds, and that's the current world record. I haven't played this game too competitively too recently, so it's very brutal in that regards to like each stage is set up. You have to do very specific strats for each stage, and you have to do them almost frame perfect, and plus the RNG of like certain bosses and enemies. But yeah, this is Noitu Level 2. I hope I did a good demonstration of the game. But yeah, since it's a good run, I'll show off the credits as a tradition. And yeah, it's a very well polished game. It came out like in 2008, so it's like very like in the Cave Story era, so it's very nice. And it has all these names as well. And as a little trivia, the main character is called Th3Hatt3r, and if you reverse it, it'll be called, her name will be Paradox, as is the theme of this whole game is. But yeah, thanks for watching. The next game will be a Clone Class, so that game will be a very good game. And also, thanks to Mucha Koopas to have me on stage to demonstrate the game. I won't be like here without his support and recommendation for this game to be on. And yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, the Hatter, for that really interesting run. And like he said, coming up is Iconoclast by Muncha Koopas. So let's get ready for that. In the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and play a quick ad, and then we'll be back to plug some more incentives.